Yo, there's nothing wrong with black and white people. Black and white people can get along. It's the niggas and crackers we gotta worry about. You don't like that, do you? Fuck you.
You, what's happening, man? I want to tell you what on a four wheel. Thank you. I'm doing this late night thing, so I'm just watching everything transpire. And the internet is on fire about the Diddy case and the names that are getting dropped. So just in case y'all really don't know and stuff like that, we'll do a little reaction clips, but that's not really the thing on my mind, be honest with you. It's the Epstein. And these names, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised. But let alone is these are cats that, that had dealings with Diddy that's basically being called to the witness stand. But let's check this out, real quick. 1 second. Share screen. And let's play this and see what's happening.
Election. Oh, it's boring. You wait till the panel's picked and then the good stuff starts. No, not in this case. Jury selection's been amazing. The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy and the charges. Just today, the name Robert Downey Jr. came up in court. When a prospective juror said that he knew a Robert Downey in high school, it was kind of funny. But Robert Downey, the actor, and Diddy apparently do know each other and have been seen together in public. But Robert Downey Jr. reportedly never attended Diddy's parties. So if he does figure into this trial somehow, it's going to be a lot of news to a lot of us. Mike Myers, another favorite Canadian, favorite actor, favorite comedian. He is on the jury question list as well. And that too is a tongue-wagging mystery.
You know what? Through the grapevine, right? Robert Downey Jr. is allegedly on the Epstein list too. So it's kind of crazy, which they really didn't talk about that. But I don't know if it came out on the mainstream yet. But so far, so good. I've been right on the Epstein list. And he's also on the Epstein list. This is why I'm really into this Epstein, because it's bigger. It's a lot bigger than what y'all think. Just check out and see who else is on this bad boy who's getting ready to talk.
Unless it's about the quick jab at Diddy that he took in the Austin Powers movie, I don't know. Doesn't seem likely. Rolling Stone magazine reports that actor Michael B. Jordan made the list because Diddy once threatened him for dating Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Same goes for the rapper Kid Cudi. USA Today says that Cassie's lawsuit claimed that Diddy threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Music producer Dallas Austin may have made the list for his ties to the late Kim Porter, who was mom to 4 of Diddy's kiddies. And singer Dawn Richard from the girl group Danity Kane, she is likely on the famous people list because she's one of Diddy's many accusers. Not in his criminal case, but she sued him civilly last year, claiming that she saw him abuse Cassie, his girlfriend, and that she herself was sexually assaulted, deprived of food, and cheated out of money that she was owed. Guess what? You're going to hear from her attorney in just a hot minute. But first, I want to bring in News Nation correspondent Caitlin Becker, who's outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Caitlin's been covering this case gavel to gavel. Okay. First of all, let's just start with the drip of all the names, because the internet is really on fire. What happened today?
Ashley, a lot of the same things. You get asked these same exact questions about these celebrities with no real context as to why. And you really hit the nail on the head a minute ago when you said jury selection's kind of boring, but not in the Diddy case. Most prospective jurors who come into jury selection have never heard of the defendant, let alone have an opinion of them. But what we heard today was prospective jurors who were excluded because they flat out said they don't like Diddy going into it. They don't have a favorable opinion. One guy said he believed Diddy has enough money to buy his way out of jail. So those jurors immediately excluded. There was also some laughs in the courtroom today from the attorneys and the judge when one prospective juror said that he couldn't guarantee that he wouldn't be able to smoke marijuana for all 8 to 10 weeks of the trial. So that person was excluded. But by the end of the day, they've added 10 more people to that pool of 45 that they're trying to get, because they're not impaneling the jury, like I said, typically as how we think of it. They're going to have a pool of 45 people who are acceptable prospective jurors. They expect that to be done tomorrow. And from that pool of 45, that is where they're going to choose their 12 jurors and their 6 alternates, Ash.
You know what? As I said, this is going to be crazy. And it's not really about the jurors in general, what I worry about. It's the judges and how they're going to judge this case. But still, I mean, just with just these names are dropped, that I mean, is this going to lead more? I mean, this is going to be a blank Pandora's box that's going to open. And my thing is though that what about with this Epstein case? Everybody's sitting there talking about Pam Bondi and she ain't getting everything done. Nobody's getting arrested and all that stuff like that. But if you're sitting there really, really looking at it, like I was like, it goes like, if we arrest all these people right now, okay, that you basically want that what we basically want is the Adam Schiffs, Nancy Pelosi's, and Hunter Biden, Fauci, all them cats. We want them arrested, but what judges can we use right now to make sure that justice is served? I mean, judges coming out the woodwork trying to stop Trump from the illegal immigration, his bills passing. They're trying to all his executive orders and all that. Not to mention what they did to him before the president, of all them lawsuits and all that too, and then wind up shooting a guy. So in general, as we're looking at this, right, that there's more to it. There got to be more to it. Why do I say there's more to it? Check this out. As soon as I get there. Okay, I want to share this real quick. Hold on. Now, this case right here, all right, O'Keefe Media Group. Okay, this cat, goes around. I don't know how he does it, but you know what I'm saying. But he has reporters going around, and this is talking about the Epstein, and this guy right here. His name is John Bryan, right? He was very good friends with Prince Andrew, also Sarah Ferguson, and the kids and stuff like that. I mean, basically, when they broke up, that's what Sarah Ferguson was basically dating. So, anyways, check this out. This is going to be this is pretty good. Now, this is going with the Epstein side of things, because I believe that both of these are connected. And the reason being is because I think a lot of these judges are down with the Epstein, or at least Diddy, or this, because you got to remember, this is like a syndicate. This is all ran like a mob, I mean, because the way everybody's moving is too much in unison in how things are done, especially with Diddy filming people, as well as Epstein filming people. I mean, it's like unbelievable on how the similarities, and because this right here is not apples and oranges. I mean, just sitting there looking at it. But here you go. This right here, O'Keefe. I mean, there's more to this coming, but this is just the first part. Now, I want you to take a real good look and just see what's happening and what has been happening in the past couple weeks, dealing with that Virginia Brown case with the girl. She sat there that she was going to testify inside the Epstein case, and now she wound up dead. And they said that she was suicided. Check this out.
Pretending he was in the Navy. He was 250 days at sea. He never thought of it. I was really pissed because he lied about Epstein. And then I did a big thing in the Daily Mail saying that I believed Andrew. And then I found out he was lying. I was so pissed. No, they was f***ing underage girl. That's not cool.
John Bryan has been a close confidant to the British royal family for a long time. He worked for Queen Elizabeth II, was, quote, best friends with Princess Diana, and had a long-term intimate relationship with the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson. According to Bryan, he practically raised Sarah Ferguson's children, the princesses Beatrice and Eugene. And Bryan said that he maintained a friendship with Ferguson's husband, the Duke of York, Prince Andrew.
Tell me like your story. So my story, you want to know my story? What? Like I've been so famous at times when I was on the front page of every newspaper because I was working with the Queen of England. Okay. She was Queen Elizabeth. I was working with all the families, Princess Diana, my best friend. And I met the Duchess of York. Okay. That's Prince Andrew's wife. They were separated. And then Sarah and I sort of fell in love. And we lived together for like 7 years in my house, Newland. And I raised her 2 little children. Wait, her kids? Beatrice and Eugenie. Those were my children. Those were my kids. I raised those kids.
No,
Day to day.
he is famous the closest kid.
Prince Andrew's connection to Jeffrey Epstein emerged in 2010, when photos showed them walking together in New York's Central Park. Epstein had already been convicted in 2008 of procuring a 14-year-old girl for prostitution. In 2014, a woman named Virginia Giuffre alleged in a Florida court filing that Jeffrey Epstein paid her to have sex with Prince Andrew when she was 17, a minor. On April 25th, a few weeks ago, Giuffre died by, quote, suicide. Prince Andrew denied Giuffre's sex abuse allegations in a now infamous 2019 BBC interview.
She said she had sex with you 3 times, once on his private island in a group of 7 or 8 other girls.
No.
No to all of it.
All of it. Absolutely no to all of it.
The interview was a public relations disaster for the royal family and prompted the Queen to strip Prince Andrew of his royal duties. In the aftermath of that interview, the prince sought advice from a longtime royal family confidant, John Bryan.
Wait, so you were not friends with her? Oh, very good. Oh, no, we were very civilized. We'd go have dinner at his house. We'd have dinner at my house to see his kids. So then we go on a holiday in the south of France. And I get a big property, like 10 acres, right near Central Bay, right? You know, nobody has 10 acres. I'm on the biggest property, beautiful house. And I rent it so that we have privacy, right? Because the paparazzi are everywhere. There's hundreds of paparazzi, not 10, not 20, hundreds. I know.
And this is already one with Prince Andrew.
Yes, Prince Andrew. Yeah, he's out for the. He's on the. He was in the Navy. He was 250 days at sea. He never saw it.
2 weeks after Prince Andrew's BBC interview, John Bryan was brought to the Royal Lodge, where Prince Andrew lives, to offer crisis management advice. According to the Telegraph, the meeting was conducted discreetly. At the royal residence, Bryan observed that Prince Andrew was visibly distressed and struggling to focus, reportedly unable to concentrate for more than 40 minutes at a time due to the strain he was under. As reported in the Daily Mail, John Bryan constructed a 5-page document emphasizing that Prince Andrew should publicly show empathy for Epstein's victims. Back in November 2022, Bryan publicly stated that he believed Prince Andrew was innocent of the claims made against him related to the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking scheme. Now, in our exclusive hidden camera undercover footage, John Bryan reveals for the first time that Prince Andrew did in fact have sex with underage girls.
What's your involved with like
Other girls. I was so pissed about that. I was really pissed. I was really pissed because he lied to me about Epstein. Yeah. No, I knew he saw him, but he lied to me that he was such a close friend. I was so pissed. And then I did a big thing in the Daily Mail saying that I believed him, and then I found out he was lying. I was so pissed. No, that he was underage girls.
Now, our newsroom has some concerns about where this investigation is headed and who may be implicated. But our only motivation in doing these stories is the public's right to know. And if this report and our subsequent reports shine a light into darkness and expose evil, then we are willing to take the risks. At the end of the day, child victims of Jeffrey Epstein need to be protected, and the people involved need to be held accountable by law enforcement immediately. Without accountability, our notion of freedom is just an illusion. We're going to be breaking our next stories exclusively at o'keefemediagroup.com. You may see this Project Veritas sign behind me. Stay tuned for next week.
Now you should look at this, man. I mean, look at it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? As in, I mean, we haven't got the name now. Pam Bondi, we were supposed to get all the names and all that stuff like that, but let alone as the FBI wasn't giving. A few people got fired from the FBI because of that. But also, they're saying they have all the film and all that type stuff, and and we'll see if we see that with some leak. I mean, if you go on the dark web, I'm sure you can find it there. They find everything else in the dark web. I've never been there, but you know what I'm saying. But anyways, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that all this is connected, because why are they working so hard to defend criminals? Defend that go out their way, you know what I'm saying, for illegal immigrants, let alone put innocent American citizens, call them terrorists in January 6th, in jail and throw away the key. I mean, why are we the people, you know what I'm saying, the last on the agenda, to be honest with you, and it's something that we got to speak up. And then all this devil shit, man. I mean, all this devil shit. It's unreal. It's really unreal. How people are mad because people thinking that we're that people that are conservative are transphobes and all that stuff like that. Man, I want to tell you what, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I have nothing against anybody. If you want to dress like a woman, fine. Dress like a woman. I'm not going to call you a woman. You're always going to be a man. But if you want to wear a dress, Fine, but don't impose it on me. Don't make me play a game that I don't want to play when I know it's not reality. Also, at the same time, it's even against my spirituality. You know, for real. So you do you. I respect you. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. Need some water, I'll give you a drink. If you're cold, I have an extra jacket, I will give you one. I mean, that's it. You know? But these people, you know what I'm saying, on this radical liberal side, and I'm even want to throw it out as the conservatives too, you know, because they got their they got their weirdness, like they got their weirdness in some ways, and some of them are crazy, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But at least they have common sense. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to not conversating with them, or that like extreme right and extreme left, I go, yeah, I got a problem with both sides on that. You know? And because no one wants to come to the table and sit there and talk out their blame differences. No one wants to be civil. It's their way or the highway. Instead of sitting out the table and try to at least break some sort of bread. You know? I mean, it's so real. I mean, these cats from our level all the way into the government to our judges and all that. Oh, they're not going to arrest. They're not going to arrest and all that. But how are you going to arrest when the judges are basically judges are making a judicial coup? And to be honest with you, as you're seeing all this stuff being exposed right in front of your eyes, that do you really think this Diddy thing is about celebrities? Do you really think this Epstein thing is about celebrities? You know what I'm saying? There's government officials, kings, queens, presidents, senators, prime ministers, movie stars, sports people, newscasters, comedians. You know what I'm saying? All be in cahoots doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this goes further than politics. All this is connected. All these people know each other. All of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not as in all of them as, I mean, generally, for the most part, lots of your mainstream in every genre, every sport, politics, news, movie stars, you know, I mean, they're all involved in this. It's all connected. They all party together. Even what they didn't even say, because everybody's afraid, even Kamala Harris's name is up on there. And I mean, this is a cabal. This is not even about if you're Democrat or Republican. This is not about if you're liberal or conservative. This is not about if you're black or you're white. This isn't even about if you're gay or straight, but you're being used. You know, yes, it's an abomination of God, according to my belief in Jesus Christ. But you know what? What you do inside your bedrooms between you and God, keep it there. You know? And that goes for the heterosexuals too. Keep your business inside your bedroom. Women, put clothes on your fucking ass and back. For real. You know, it's not sexy anymore. All right, y'all gone too far. Wearing fishnets and see your camel toes in a fucking club. I mean, I don't even go to the clubs anymore because I don't even want to see it, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing it does is just pisses me off. You know? Because it don't even pisses me off. It just saddens me because y'all sit there and put your bodies out like that. Nuts. If you look like a hoe, you'll be treated like a hoe. That's real shit. Oh, he's cussing and all that. I'm not cussing. I'm just verbally punctuating. For you understand what I'm saying. You know, it's not sexy anymore. Because this is what these people here are doing. Because you're just prime prey for these people that are doing all this trafficking stuff. And if you're out there doing, they're going to get you. If you're fine enough. Some of y'all, sometime I think y'all should watch the Hostel movies on a 4-reel. That's some real. I mean, that's some real shit right there. All this boils down to is good and evil. This is demonic. These people are satanic. And this is all organizations, man. Because all this is too organized not to be. Everything that's happening now. I want to give you an example. Now I'm sitting there just watching this. So I'm sitting there watching India and Pakistan. Okay. Wasn't it like a couple days prior that we wind up having a deal with India in trade? And then all of a sudden, India, Pakistan are exchanging missiles. While at the same time that the Ukraine and Russia are doing their ceasefire. While at the same time, the Middle East and Hamas and Israel Israel and Palestine have a ceasefire, not bombing each other like that. And then all of a sudden, we have Pakistan and India shooting at each other, missiles, both nuclear powers. Is this a coincidence or is this calculated? Which one is it? Why every time something happens, all the pieces come together? There's always a piece that always. It's not about playing chess. It's watching the moves that people make. And this move is no coincidence. Meanwhile, we have I forgot this one dude named Martin. You know, he's I guess he's like over the DOJ or something like that. I'm not sure what the position is, because even though right now I'm getting a civics lesson of stuff I never even heard of when I was even in high school. But anyways, to my understanding, that he's been putting investigations. This dude named Martin, he's been doing investigations into the Epstein and Clintons and all this other stuff, right? Dealing with the Democrats and fraud and whatever they were doing. And they're trying to keep him from being there. You know? Now, all this has happened while Diddy's coming out and these names are starting to come out. I just showed you the Epstein and Veritas. And I told you that that every form of entertainment, news, and politics are all involved with Epstein and Diddy Meanwhile, the investigations are happening. You know what I'm saying? And all that going into all that, where the money's going, the money fraud, sex trafficking, all this stuff is all connected. It's like one big blob. And you see it and it's smack there right in front of you. And then all the label, and there's like a whole bunch of labels of everything that's going, Doge, all that stuff. All this stuff is all part of this. Like what y'all don't see is this is a giant fucking machine. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, from me and a lot of people that are like conservatives and all that stuff like that we actually see all the gears of this machine and how they work, because now we're seeing how this machine is being shaped. And a lot of y'all don't see no gears, or you're just starting to see the gears. So those that are waking up, welcome. But I'm trying to like speed you up at the same time. This is a machine. Like, I mean, it's a working mechanism it's like an octopus. It's like, you know, it's like on Captain America, man. It's like, this shit is Hydra. Hydra in real life. You know what I'm saying? You keep on cutting heads off and other girls back, but you know what? You got to cut them all off at the same time to kill it. You know? I mean, and right now, at this point in time, all right, everybody happy that Trump's in office, yada yada yada, but he's only one man. Some of y'all people on this Trump train acting like he's like the god. You know what I'm saying? He's like a god or something. For real, I watch. Only thing I look at, but you know what? Only thing I look at it as, you know what, dude? I said, look, God got this man here for a reason. He should be dead. Facts. Even American Muslims are saying that. Here's a little story I was sitting there watching, because I like to watch history stuff, right? But they were talking about George Washington, right? And George Washington, when he was fighting in the wars and all that stuff like that. I think it was the French and Indian War. You know what I'm saying? Before the actual Revolutionary War. After all they had their peace and all that stuff like that, the chief came up to one of the generals and says, I want to meet this George Washington. And they asked him why. He goes, we saw that man through battle, and my best archers, my best warriors, and none of them scratched him. None of them hurt him. He just kept on going and fighting. And I just wanted to tell him that the spirits, you know what I'm saying, that I knew that the spirits had his back. And I forgot what the Indian chief's name was. You know what I'm saying? But this was after the French and Indian War. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, you have Muslim imam sitting there saying that, man, this guy's protected by Allah, this guy's protected by God. And he is. But also at the same time, I understand that God makes kings, God takes it away. You know? But nobody really thinks about that when it comes to our leaders. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people sit there and that's doing it or blindly doing it, not knowing that they're doing it, or ignorantly doing it, or doing it because they want to do it. Y'all like treat your leaders like if as if they were Caesar, and they're not. You know, and I'm not saying all of y'all, but there is a percentage of conservatives that look at this man like that. Now, and I'm the first to say that y'all are wrong, not because I'm downing you, but I'm saying it because I love you. You know what I'm saying? He's just one man. But let alone is be thankful of the team, because these cats are doing everything in their power to keep these people for keep his team, the Bondi, Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, Tulsi Gabbard, all these cats trying not for them not to do their job. And now the swamp is all the way inside of our Supreme Court. Justice Roberts. You see, I mean, I don't say much, but I'm sitting back and I'm watching. You know, I'm watching. You know, as I said, it's the machine and it's right there in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It's like a net. These last 4 years was a net, and all the water is draining, and now you can see the fish wiggling on the dry land, can't go nowhere, and still people act like they don't see it. Swamp's draining right in front of you. There's the bad guy, because when you defend the indefensible of defending murderers, cartels, people from the cartels and all that stuff like that, that's actually really threatening our national security. Your national security is your security, as in you walking down the street, your kids, your family, and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's national security. It has nothing to do with the government. The national security includes us. Even at times, their thing of national security is from them, which was the Democrats, on what they want to bring in a real Bolshevik revolution. That's something that Putin was talking about. He was talking to Tucker, or even some of his things they was talking about. That's what's happening here. A Bolshevik revolution. And technically speaking, these cats are Bolsheviks. You know? I mean, I can sit there and get into like geopolitics and all that, but y'all ain't ready for this. Because you know why? Let's just think about, but let's just get y'all thinking about America here. Right now, here in America. You know? 4 years. Look at your gas prices. I ain't going to say your egg price, but just look at prices in general. You know what I'm saying? You see more people, do you see like a little more security out, or more cops out and stuff like that? Really sit there and sitting there looking around, taking shit for granted. Why don't you actually open your eyes and look around and then compare it to what was going on in the past 4 years? Here's something for you, right? How many how many towns were burned? How many towns were burned down? How many towns were all burned up and stuff like that during the Biden administration? How many riots happened during the Biden administration of businesses and all that? How many happened? How many towns were burnt to the ground during the Biden administration? Huh? All of a sudden, now we got colleges. Now they're starting to burn up colleges out there. What I think it's Oregon or Washington out there somewhere. But you can sit there and look it up. Antifa, again. You know what I'm saying? Summertime is here. Summertime is here. Here we go again. You know what I'm saying? What do they say? Another love festival. Something to think about, y'all. All this shit is connected, man. All this shit is connected. You be cool like that. You know, I'm out.